Hello everyone, I'm here in Winooski, Vermont. Over the past few days we have gotten a ton of rain, about 7 or 8 inches throughout the entire state of Vermont, and most of the rivers are in high flood stage right now. The Winooski River, which I'm going to see now, is at 22.2 feet, which is a major flood stage, and there are many towns in the southern part of the state, like Ludlow, Montpelier, Bailey. They're all flooded. Many more towns than just that, but ones I can think of right now. So I'm going to go around the state today, take a look, get some videos. They're saying this is almost as bad, if not worse, than Hurricane Irene, which was back in 2011. So it's kind of interesting to see because I didn't get any videos of that. So as I'm walking down here, you can see everyone's getting out of the cars to go take a look at this. I mean, that river that's fairly high. That's fairly fast. All it's torn up from dirt coming down. Winooski has a lot of water coming down the Winooski River. There are towns like I mentioned before. I'm going to head to Montpelier, the state capital, and then I think to Waterbury, or maybe Waterbury, then Montpelier. It's on the way. I-89 is closed due to washouts or flooding, and some of the back roads are, so I'm just going to take back roads the whole way. So I was just driving across the road here, across the Winooski River again. I had to stop because this is an impressive scene. The water is flowing so fast. So I'm gonna walk down here. It's coming over the Essex Junction dam. So I'm gonna take a look down here. So a slight change of plans here. I'm going to head to Huntington Gorge and get the drone up over the gorge. That's it. Huntington Gorge is a very narrow passageway for the water. So last time in Hurricane Irene, there was some really cool videos there. I'm hoping this time I can get the drone up and get some overhead looks at that. It's a very dangerous place though, so we'll see what goes on. So I'm here at Huntington Gorge, which is right there, obviously. As you can see, it's very rapid today. A lot of water coming down. So normally a lot of people like to swim in this area here. That's usually a very calm area. There are drownings every year, but people do come and swim down here. But it's not going to be today. I'm here at the intersection of US Route 2 and Cochrane Road, and also the New England Central Roxbury subdivision. Looking north here at milepost 95.87. And this is the very swollen Winooski River. The road is flooded just over that way. I just showed that on camera. Now the tracks here up high enough in this area, but there was a washout farther south down at Roxbury siding, somewhere down around there. At least one washout. As you can see, in south here. And the water has come down a little bit too, so it's actually slowly getting better, but this is still very swollen, and it's probably going to be this high for quite a while, at least a day, at least another couple days. You can see you got a field just over there that's flooded. Wake from the bridge pier there. It's like a boat wave kind of. We got a lot of people here checking it out. I got my drone up and there was tons of people stopping taking photos. So, I mean, it's an historic event. So, alright, I'm gonna go to Waterbury, then see if I can make it to Waterbury, then Stowe. Sorry, yeah, Montpelier. So, on a more serious side from things, while this is very interesting to look at, and all the people are coming down to look at the flooding, there are people here who have lost their homes and vehicles due to this, not including the businesses like the Vermont Railway that had a huge washout in Ludlow, but there's the private homes down there, a garage. Coming over here, there's some dumpsters, RV, trailers, a ton of stuff down here. This is a low area, and it's blocked by the river from the rail bed there, which is the New England Central Roxbury subdivision. But so it's not directly in the water, but it's this is all flooded because the water came up so high. So I'm here at Duxbury Road, just south of Richmond, Vermont, and you can see the entire road is flooded as well. So that makes two roads closed in, the other one's just across the river that way, and that was US 2. And this one's even lower. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the river is right here. So this is river level where I'm at. So I'm not going this way. I'm probably going to go get on 89 and try to head to Montpelier and Waterbury that way. So So I'm here at Richmond, Vermont, just across on the east side, the west side of the river, and this is normally a road. There's not even normally any water here. This is all grass. I mean, that's a chair, a bench right there. Those guys are really lucky there. I wonder if they're stuck though, because if their driveway comes down this way, they're stuck. And I don't know what's on the other side of that bridge, but Old Brooklyn Circle right there is completely underwater. Got flashing red light on that control panel. And there's the round church. These guys are very lucky too. But again, they can't even get out of their house because their driveway probably goes down onto that road there, the Old Brooklyn Road. Old Brooklyn. Here's the road I would have been taking. And a helicopter up there, we're gonna fly right under it. They're probably doing search and rescue type of flying. Aerial surveillance, making sure no one's looking for help. That's one of the only going helicopters. I'm here at Waterbury, Vermont, at the Waterbury Amtrak station. This is the New England Central Roxbury subdivision. And I just stopped here because back in 2011, this station was flooded. So luckily the flooding has not reached the same height as it did in 2011. Coming down here, this is the west side of the tracks, but here we have a little sign. The water was there in August 29, 2011. So luckily, yes, water. Luckily the water did not make it this high. It seems pretty dry. I'm gonna go fly the drone a little farther down in town where it is flooded, but right here it seems pretty safe. So I'm here in Waterbury, Vermont, and well, we got some people canoeing over there, and I mean, it's quite flooded here. Yeah, I guess the kids are having fun. That's good anyway. Someone make fun out of it, but this is Main Street in Winooski. Someone lost a windsurfboard. You can already see the water's come down a lot here. That's where it was before. So people put up these sandbags to try to help keep the water out of their businesses and houses. Hopefully it's helped. But you can see there's actually the high water mark from Hurricane Irene right there, August 29, 2011. So the water here is much lower, luckily. So hopefully it's only basements and maybe the first floor of homes that have gotten water damage, if even that. Now the water was up a little higher. Even earlier today, you can kind of see the water line right about there. So hopefully in the next, by tomorrow the water will have come down quite a bit. I mean, it's going to be, right now it's nice and sunny, so. But just like in Hurricane Irene, or I guess Tropical Storm Irene, there's a lot of local people out helping everyone, which is great to see. So, as you can see, all the kayaks there for people going out to houses that are flooded. There's a lot of people helping out, bringing out supplies. living in a small town community. There's been a lot of support for the people who have houses and cars and businesses that are flooded right now.
Tropical Storm Irene, which was more than a decade ago, and I think state officials are starting to say this might be worse than that. You know, it's hard to know. We're still not out of the woods yet with this, but the damage in some places certainly appears to be worse than Tropical Storm Irene.
Yeah, and that left, I believe, at least 7 people dead. Is that tropical storm, are those memories still fresh?
A lot of people that we're talking to are bringing up Tropical Storm Irene and sort of thinking back to what happened then. Thankfully, so far, we have not had any confirmed fatalities in Vermont from this storm. We'll continue to monitor that, but so far that's not the case. But it is sort of reminding a lot of people of what happened in 2011 right now.
The Army Corps of Engineers has warned that some dams in areas could be overflowed. What is the risk to lower-lying areas?
Well, there's a concern that once these dams hit the capacity of water they can hold back, that water will go through the spillway and increase flooding. So far, things appear in some of those dams to be stable. There's one in Montpelier that is being monitored pretty closely right now. That's the Wrightsville Dam, which as of 11:30 this morning had about a foot of capacity left, according to Montpelier police. And water has receded a little bit in downtown Montpelier, which is the capital. But again, this is an evolving situation. We're still monitoring, so these things can change really quickly.
Yeah. And again, just to try to understand how quickly this came, since Sunday, when you were just kind of walking around, looking around, trying to drive around, how quickly did the skies open up and just flood cities, flood towns?
It seemed like it happened pretty quickly. We woke up Monday morning and saw some pretty extraordinary flooding in southern Vermont, and then this morning when I got in and was checking things, we were seeing similar flooding that happened overnight in central Vermont, places like Montpelier and Barrie.
So I'm down here in Montpelier, and here's the river. As you can see, it's quite high. It's almost to the base of this bridge. So here we got the Washington County Granite Division going up to Barrie and Websterville, where they pick up granite blocks from Rock of Ages quarry and bring them down to Montpelier Junction. And I can say there won't be any trains running on here for at least a little while as well. Many washouts on the Roxbury subdivision, but also, this whole line, was just redone last year. It's going to need a whole new inspection, at least, if not new ballast in some of these spots. So I'm gonna walk down the line and look at more conditions of the track and of the city. So because this water is above the gas station, there's a lot of looks like gasoline in the water. So this is actually probably flammable. You don't want to light a match anywhere close to here. So I'm gonna walk down that way. It looks like the rapids are actually down that way. So yeah, this is just nasty, nasty water here. All my guess is coming from that gas station and probably leaking out of cars that are in the water. The other note, this is a really cool museum there. I've been in there once and I really liked it. Would all very much suggest that for anyone in the Montpelier area. This is the Vermont Department of Agriculture. Beautiful building, all brick. We have, blanking on the name of this one, but right there we got Grand Isle, Bennington, Caledonia. That's got the names of towns. I'll tell you in a second as I walk by. Something's bubbling up there too. You can see all the petroleum products in the water. Now it's walking towards the Capitol. But you can see how the gentle decline and narrowing of the street is causing rapids to start here. And here's the Capitol building. Luckily it's high enough above the water, it wasn't flooded. Okay, that's a state office building there. So judging by this mud, the water level probably came up to about here. That would coincide with where the mud is in the grass too. Actually, you can see the water line running right along there in the lawn. That's how high it got. State cap steps right there have it as well. So it got up pretty high. That's probably 2 feet higher than it was now. It crested last night, so. We got a tree down here. A ton of debris. Trash cans overturned. Coming down to the train bridge crossing Winooski River. We got a ton of debris over the track, so this entire bridge is going to have to be inspected by the maintenance of way crew. A track inspector is going to have to come out and check the gauge and check the stability or the structural integrity of the bridge. This train bridge sees 4 or 5, maybe 6 trains a day, depending on how many cars NECO drops off for the Washington County crew down in Montpelier Junction. They'll take empty cars up, a few cut of cars at a time, and then have those loaded, bring them down, swap out, bring up another cut of cars. Now it is private property, so I'm going to stop right here at the edge of the trestle. You can see all the tree damage, not damage, but debris that's been kicked up on this bridge, as the water was almost definitely higher than the base of the bridge there, and stuff's still coming down. Now looking to the right of the trestle, we have a ton more stuff, buildings being flooded here. This probably was a road at one point, or still is, I guess. I guess not a road, driveway, back alley. Anyway, that's a parking lot in there. Well, I guess we'll be seeing ourselves on NBC Nightly News tonight, 6:30. All the news crews are out for this, obviously. I mean, it's all the dust and mud here is from the water level being so high. Now it's getting kicked up. It dried out today, and the water's come down quite a bit, which is good, but now it's turning to dust. Now, who's this? Homeland Security. Oh, they got a police boat. That's good. Okay. A lot of food, maybe? I don't know what that is. Yeah, someone's, I don't know. Eggs, compost probably. the water line right there. It's at least 4 feet. It was up 4 feet from here. So 4 feet would have been, you can see it right along here. It was in these buildings. Every building here has been flooded. So as you can hear, all the fire alarms are going off. A lot of these businesses, there was water damage. Water came up a few feet here. So every single business here has been damaged in some way, which is really unfortunate for everyone. That's going to cost a lot to repair. Going to be a lot in water damage, and also buying new products to restock. So definitely is really unfortunate for these local businesses. So it looks like the water's already come down quite a little bit, a few inches at least. So when I was here before, just an hour ago, it was up to those bolts to the bottom of the bridge. It's already down. I think that is the hotel that has trains, model trains in the ceiling. It always used to love going to. I have to check on that, but I know there's one here in town that has one. So this is the Kia dealership I just passed. I was talking about before. You can tell all these cars are totaled. The water came well above the door panels, or the rocker panel, so it's up in the door, got inside the car. And the river is just roaring through here. All these brand new cars are just totaled. Every single one is gonna have to be scrapped, I would think. I don't think you can repair stuff after it gets that much water in it. But and that's the river right there. Look at that. Chewing away at the grass there too, all along there. Looking at the grass here, you can see how high the water got. So it was up to there. That's at least 5 feet. And there goes a massive tree. So just think of how strong this water is to take a tree down like that. This is 5 feet lower than it was when it crested. I would not want to have been crossing this bridge then. Try to cross this road. So I just found this. Trees down. It looks to be parts of a house or a shed or something. And then you have a full-on shipping container. Not a full shipping, that's like a 20-foot shipping container. Dumpsters, refrigerators, propane tank. Look at that one right there. That one's just kind of like stuck sideways. The water was up all the way up here. This is all mud from, and it totally washed out this house here. The foundation's almost surprised. Good thing this house didn't get washed away. That's a beautiful old house. But you can see the foundation there. The dirt, I'm sorry, the dirt's gone, so the
through downtown. All businesses closed today along and around Main and State Streets, many of them seeing flooding. The city did issue a water boil notice for neighbors here in Montpelier, warning that their tap may have been affected by the floods. One neighbor we spoke with set up his own pipe contraption to get the water out of his basement. That flooded.
So I'm driving back to Winooski now. Take a quick photo here.
Just getting back on their feet and just renovated.
And now city officials are continuing to monitor the Wrightsville Dam because any water that goes over that spillway means an additional foot of water could come to the area of downtown. Officials say they've seen no significant changes, thankfully, and they are working with an on-site Vermont safety representative who's expecting to see minimal changes.
So I'm driving down through, what is this, Main Street, North Main Street in Bailey. I'm just heading west, I guess, towards, heading west towards Montpelier. And then I'm going to get on the highway, head back home to, well, I'm going to head back to Winooski, get a few shots of Winooski at sunset, then head back home. The road here is completely destroyed. Got the news on. on just to listen to that, but if you're hearing that, it's, you can see all the mud here. The tracks to my left are washed out. That's the granite division. We got wool wax undercoating. Have an advertisement out. That's probably that's actually just for the road being closed on that side. But you'll see here in a second. This is this road is like completely gone. Huge chunks taken out. Just gonna go real slow through this in case there's a hole. Have to kind of scooch to my left. Yep, on here. Sidewalk, kind of. Never had to drive on a sidewalk, but coming up here on the pavement, you'll see the pavement's just like chewed up.
They're working to, working at it, and they're, working on their up close and personal. So, the Vermont Army National Guard, working with the emergency response team, responding to the incidents around the state. This afternoon, they worked with the Berlin Fire Department to rescue a woman stuck in a home along the Winooski River in Montpelier. The road was completely submerged in some places and not passable. The Army vehicles equipped and able to wade through the water, picking her up and delivering her to safety. Using large vehicles to help move people around, so they can get where they're needed at this point. But at this point,
Yeah, this dump truck goes by because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to
get around. A little over 20 National Guard members are stationed here at the Berlin Armory, ready to do
follow
what it takes
him
to make
because
sure
he'll
Vermonters are
push
safe.
down a lot of that
The
mud.
Guard will continue to deploy.
You can see how it's all
All
these piles of mud are where the water pushed. All this mud. Now they have moved it around a little bit with backhoes and skid steers and excavators trying to clean up the road, but it's still really muddy. My car's a mess.
Just outside of downtown Waterbury, and Stephen, you can still hear the water roaring.
Head down to
Yes, Alice and Brian, you definitely can. So just about a quarter mile in that
the road I
direction is
turned
the
on.
traffic circle that will get you into the historic district.
I'm gonna sign off now and I'll see you in Winooski.
Underwater.
So I'm back here in Winooski, Vermont this evening, and you can see that the water has risen a lot. This was all grass this morning. Yeah, I was able to stand on that grass this morning. So it's really coming up a lot. I think it's going to crest tonight and then hopefully start going back down tomorrow. Looks like they closed this off this morning. That was always too unsafe now. So if you remember when I was here this morning, the water has come up a lot. It's covering this entire fence now here. So now that it's getting dark, I'm going to start heading home. I've shown pretty much everything I can think of as I sit here by this rising water. So this is definitely a very serious situation, and a lot of people are affected by it, negatively affected by it. I know there's been a lot of people out watching it, but you should always remember that there are people here who have to live with this too, with their homes being gone, their cars being gone, or just being trapped in their houses and needing water rescue. I'm standing basically water level right here. This has risen since I've gotten here, so water's coming up quick. But anyway, if you can, please support local businesses. Help out if there's any sort of funding. I'll try to post it in the description down below. But thanks for watching, and